guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriorstrade have been at the center of countless storylines throughout the NBA season, but this latest development might be one of the most surprising twists yet. News has just broken that Anthony Melton, the versatile guard, known for his defensive intensity and two-way play, is officially making a historic return to the Warriors. And the timing could not be any more dramatic. As the team continues to chase playoff positioning and prepare for a title run, bringing back a player like Melton sends shockwaves through the league. Fans are buzzing, analysts are weighing in, and the Warriors themselves are clearly signaling that they are not ready to bow out quietly from championship contention. This move feels like a throwback to the days when Golden State seemed to always pull off a clever signing or a surprising roster addition that fits seamlessly into their system. And it raises serious questions about just how dangerous this team can become in the postseason. For those who might have forgotten, Melton is one of those under-the-radar players who doesn't always dominate the headlines, but he makes an immediate impact wherever he plays. His ability to guard multiple positions, stretch the floor with three-point shooting, and contribute high-energy minutes has made him a coveted role player across the league. When the Warriors looked at their roster and saw some of the holes that needed to be patched, particularly in terms of backcourt depth and perimeter defense, Melton checked nearly every box. His return feels historic, not only because of what he brings on the floor, but also because of what it represents. Their Warriors are doubling down on their identity as a team that thrives on smart moves, defensive versatility, and the right blend of role players around their core stars. Stephen Curry has carried so much of the offensive load this season. And while his brilliance has never been in question, their Warriors have at times struggled to find consistent contributions from the supporting cast. That has led to speculation about whether this roster could actually compete with the elite contenders in the West. With Melton's return, however, their Warriors have given Curry something he has desperately needed. A backcourt partner who can defend at a high level, hit open shots, and allow Curry to focus more on his offensive genius rather than expending endless energy on defense. Think about what that means in a playoff series against teams like the Nuggets, Timberwolves, or Clippers, where perimeter defense is critical. Melton's presence instantly raises the floor of this Warriors team and adds a safety net they were lacking. But beyond the basketball fit, there is also the emotional factor. Warriors fans have always loved players who hustle, defend, and sacrifice for the team. Melton has built a reputation around the league for exactly that. His relentless motor and willingness to do the dirty work endear him to teammates and fans alike. That's the kind of presence that can spark a locker room during a long playoff grind. Players like Draymond Green will undoubtedly love having someone else who thrives on defense and understands the little nuances that lead to victories. When you think of the Warriors' championship DNA, it has always included role players who could lock in defensively. Whether it was Andre Iguodala, Shea Livingston, or more recently Gary Payton, Melton feels like he belongs in that tradition, and his return could be the missing ingredient that makes Golden State dangerous once again. There's also the strategic side of things to consider. Steve Kerr has been looking for lineups that maximize spacing while also not sacrificing defense. With Melton in the mix, their Warriors can now roll out lineups where every player is a capable defender and at least a threat offensively. Imagine a rotation where Melton is alongside Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, and Draymond Green. That's a unit that can switch defensively, run the floor, and spread out defenses with multiple shooters. The timing of this return is also crucial. With the regular season winding down and playoff positioning on the line, Golden State didn't want to wait until the summer to address their needs. This was a proactive move that signals urgency. It says loud and clear, the Warriors believed they can still win now. They're not content to simply ride out the season and hope for a reset in the off-season. Instead, they are leaning into their competitive spirit, showing faith in their core and giving themselves the best chance to compete with the league's elite. And for fans who have been wondering if the dynasty is truly over, this move breathes new life into the belief that Golden State can still make a serious push. NBA insiders have already begun weighing in on this decision, and the reactions are telling. Some analysts are calling it a brilliant under-the-radar movie, the kind that championship teams make to round out their roster. Others are warning that while Melton is solid, he alone can't fix the bigger inconsistencies the Warriors have shown this season. But even skeptics admit that adding a player of Melton's caliber gives Golden State more options and more depth, which can only help in a grueling playoff series. The bottom line is simple. You can never count out the Warriors. And with Melton back, the team just got a lot more interesting. The ripple effect across the league should not be underestimated either. Rival teams are always watching Golden State closely because of their track record of success. When the Warriors make a move like this, it forces others to pay attention. Opponents now know they will have to account for another defensive weapon when facing the Warriors. For teams with high-powered guards, such as the Dallas Mavericks with Luka Doncic or the Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker, the presence of Melton makes game planning against Golden State a tougher task. Suddenly, their Warriors are not as vulnerable in the backcourt, and that could tilt a playoff matchup in their favor. If he thrives in this role, it could elevate his career to new heights while simultaneously giving Golden State exactly what they need. In the grand scheme of NBA history, role players don't always get the spotlight, but they often play pivotal roles in determining who lifts the trophy at the end of the season. Warriors fans remember how crucial players like Andre Iguodala were to their championship runs, even winning Finals MVP. While no one is saying Melton is about to win Finals MVP, his importance could mirror that of other unsung heroes who stepped up when it mattered most. Every title team needs those glue guys who hold everything together, and Melton has all the makings of being one of those players for this year's Warriors. As the postseason looms, all eyes will now be on how quickly Melton integrates back into the lineup. Their Warriors' margin for error is slim and chemistry will be vital. But the good news is that Melton's style of play doesn't require heavy adjustments. He doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective, and he doesn't take away from the stars. Instead, he complements them. That makes the transition smoother and gives Golden State confidence that he can slot in right away and make an impact. So, here we are with the Warriors once again defying expectations and rewriting their story. Just when some thought the dynasty was over, just when critics were ready to close the book, Golden State adds another chapter by bringing back Anthony Melton. It's a move that blends basketball logic with emotional energy, and it sets the stage for what could be a thrilling postseason. Whether it leads to another title remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. With Melton back, their Warriors have reloaded. The fire is still burning, and the chase for glory is alive and well.